I can't believe we made it.
Me neither. Well, I can. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about our 3-month update, how we feel now, and our stance on living in an RV full time. Stay tuned! Alright, so we made it 3 months. Did you think we would make it this far?
I thought we would make it. Definitely thought we would have less, like, ups and downs, and it's nothing like what I expected, but I'm not mad.
Not mad.
Not mad.
No, I'd have to say I'm feeling really good about it now. Obviously from the other videos we've posted where we talk about stress and anxiety, and then also our mishaps, which was a really scary video, and when we go back and watch it, and it's also our most popular video, so I'm constantly having to look at myself look so upset and distraught, but I'm loving this lifestyle now, and I'm actually really glad that we had those mishaps in the beginning, because I feel like they taught us to be safer travelers, make checklists, and just be better about moving in general.
Yeah, and we got a lot of good tips too, which is another thing about putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
People have gone through it already, and you get to know that and feel that way, and then people have come up with ways to avoid it. So for everyone that gave us tips, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sure. So then how do you feel about continuing this lifestyle, and would you recommend it to other people?
Absolutely. There's nothing like waking up in Yellowstone one whole week and then having it snow and just being there and the majesty that is Yellowstone, and then the next week, or 2 weeks from there, waking up in Moab in desert heat and taking ATVs out into the beauty that is the desert. Absolutely recommend it. If you have the means. It's not as expensive as you think. It's still expensive, but if you think about what you spend on housing now or things that you have versus the experience that is life. How was it giving up all of your stuff, like clothes?
It was actually freeing. I am a very organized person, and I've always loved my things, and I thought, especially with the way that we, like, just the people that we are, like, Jason's very laid back, easygoing. I'm the one who's like a little more uptight. I like structure. I like everything to be in order. So I thought when it came to getting rid of our stuff, you would be super easy on letting things go, and I would be the one like, no, it has sentimental value, no this, no that. But it was actually the opposite. Once I started getting rid of stuff, it felt so good that I was just like, okay, get rid of more. And then when it came to like going through your office and going through your stuff, you were kind of the one, like, I had to push you to get rid of stuff. And we still have a lot of stuff in our storage
That we
that
do.
you made us keep that we can get rid of now. And that was another thing that we did, if people are wondering, was we did keep some stuff, but it had to have a lot of meaning.
Not that much. I mean, it
occupies,
wouldn't even be worth it to buy a storage unit for the amount of stuff we had.
And that was the goal, was we are trying to spend less money, have less things, so we weren't going to sit here and spend money on a storage facility. And we watched so many other YouTubers who did do that, and then within 6 months they were having to make a trip back home because they were like, obviously we haven't used any of this, we don't need it. And we watched YouTubers cleaning out their own storage, or other RVers too, and we're like, okay, that's a goal. Then we don't want a storage. Like, if we're gonna end up cleaning it out in 6 months to a year anyway, no, like, we don't want it.
So what has been the hardest thing to get accustomed to?
That's a tricky one for me, because I'd say the hardest thing to get used to was not having a routine. I'm a very organized person. I like structure, and so in my last job, I was a project manager, and I was working my way up in that career, so I was just getting more and more invested in something, and to give that up to do this, it was worth it. Obviously, I'm very, very happy I did it, but coming from like a very structured career and the way like we ran our house and everything like that, it was hard to give that up. In a way, the only way I fixed that was creating a new routine. It was just an adjustment period. What about you? What was the hardest thing for you to adjust to?
Not having an office, not really having like a dedicated space that I can organize the way I see fit. I guess I don't really have that here. We work at the kitchen table, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's okay. That's just probably been the hardest thing. So, how's dealing with the black tank?
It's really not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And it's actually a chore that we rotate. And for us, it's really just pulling a valve and like, that's it. As far as chores go around the RV, they're not as bad as I thought that they were gonna be. If anything, cleaning has become easier as well because we have such a smaller space. So it's so nice. I used to spend like a whole morning cleaning our house, and now I can do the whole RV in like 10 minutes. How has it been, you working full-time and me not?
It actually hasn't been bad.
Do you resent me?
No. Well, you work full-time, right? But it's just for our business. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm more jealous that you get to do, like, all the fun stuff, and I have to wait until I get off work.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, I love what I do, so that's always a benefit. Like,
Exactly.
I'm never gonna be tired of fighting bad guys on the internet.
Bad guys. Alright, so then what has been the most unexpected thing for you on this trip?
To be honest, bugs. Bugs outside. Got that.
Got
Never
that.
expected there not to be bugs, but there's just more bugs than I expected. And bugs I've never seen in my life. Like, there's the
True.
craziest amount of bugs and spiders, catching bugs, and it's just week to week it really varies. And so that's been interesting. Definitely unexpected. Very interesting seeing each state and each area of the state having different bugs. And
I didn't know this. That's really funny.
yeah. Isn't that weird though?
Yeah, that's
like
weird.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect the bugs either.
So what's the most unexpected thing for you on this trip?
I guess I'd have to say my reaction, like I flipped what I was excited for. So when we were getting ready for this journey and we were kind of planning our route, I was really excited for all these big cities. As we're experiencing them, it's still fun. It's still great to see these different cities, but what I'm finding myself enjoying more are our national parks and our hikes and our walks with Carmen and just being outdoors. I mean, we weren't huge outdoorsy people. We're not those people who go like rock climbing or on an 8-hour hike for fun. So to turn around and actually try and find ourselves going outdoors more is really exciting. And we're even considering buying mountain bikes now because it looks really fun and it looks like a decent in-between that we could probably handle. Yeah, that was really surprising for me. It was just like not being excited for cities anymore, but being really excited for national parks.
Yeah, I definitely get that. When we were planning, I was always looking for national parks and monuments and mountains and just kind of cool areas to explore, where you were looking more for the cities. And I feel like we even had like an argument about that. Like,
I think we might have in the beginning, yeah. Do you think that we fight more or less or equal than when we lived in a house?
we don't really have the same type of argument. I feel like we just disagree on certain aspects, and especially when we're doing something creative like making videos, or writing blog articles, or anything like that. We have a lot more disagreements, but that's because we're actively working on something and we are totally different people.
Yeah, we function completely differently.
No, I mean, I don't think there's really anything we've had a major argument over. Or...
Yeah. I'm not as sick as you as I thought I would be.
Yeah. That's good.
How do you think Carmen is handling this trip?
So she enjoys it more than either of us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's obvious. Especially on moving day, she's super excited.
Yeah.
Literally, we'll go try to run and stand by the truck as soon as we start packing anything up in the house, she starts getting anxious to go to the next spot.
Yeah, she's loving it. So I think that RVing with animals, I don't know about any other animal besides a dog, but I think it's very doable. I was really worried about bringing her and leaving her in the RV and how are we going to take her, and dogs aren't allowed in national parks, so what's going to happen on those days, but it's actually all worked itself out. Fairly simple answers, and she loves it.
Yeah. I would say that she actually hates national parks, though.
Yes.
Those are her worst days.
Her worst days.
So, that's pretty much a recap of any questions we could think of asking each other for our first 3 months. If you're planning on full-timing soon and have questions, or if you just have questions for us, feel free to comment down below.
Yeah. We would love to do another video, a Q&A, or anything like that, because the few people that have reached out to us, they have valid questions, so sharing that information with others would be really exciting. But yeah, let us know in the comments if we left anything out that you have been wondering about, and we promise to get back to you. If you're enjoying our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to join our gang. Bye guys.
Bye guys.